Hey, welcome to the channel. Today's going to be a short video. I'm going to show you how to make a round edged beveler for leatherworking based off of some materials and tools that you may have in your shop. Let's get started. To start this project, we're going to begin digging up an old 6mm or 1/4" Allen key. If your toolbox is like mine, then you probably have multiple duplicates in these sizes. What we're looking for is a key with black oxide finish, not nickel plated, and I'll explain why. The keys with black oxide coating are usually made of chrome vanadium steel, which is a hardenable carbon steel. The majority of nickel plated keys are mild steel and won't work for our purpose. Before any shaping, grinding, or filing can be done, the Allen key must be normalized to soften the steel, thus making it easier to work with. Since I'm out of oxygen for my acetylene torch, I'm firing up the propane forge to make quick work of the process. Now you can use a propane torch to temper the steel and reduce hardness, but it won't bring it up to a hot enough temperature later on when you go to reharden it. Just bring the steel up to a deep red color and let it air cool. Don't quench it. Remember, we're just normalizing the steel right now. Here I'm setting up a 1" wheel on my belt grinder to begin the relief on the upper part of the tool tip. If you don't have this set up, then you can use a 2" wheel or a 1/2" wheel on a Dremel or even a die grinder. The goal is to create a concave relief that goes half the diameter of the key. The second step you want to perform is to slightly bevel the back side of the tool. You don't want to create a large radius here, just enough to allow the beveler to come in at a slight angle to the leather. Leave about a 1/16 of an inch or more at the tip. Here's a quick view of what the shape of your tool tip should look like. In the third step, you'll need to cut a slot in from the top side of the tool. I'm using a 1/8 cut-off wheel from a Dremel mounted to my mill. You can use a thinner wheel from a Dremel if you don't have this set up. The diameter of the slot does have an impact on the width of the bevel the tool will cut. So keep this in mind when thinking about how you want the beveler to perform. As for the length and depth of cut, shoot for an overall length of a 1/4 inch and just break through the tip to the other side. No need to go more than that. This step of the process is what creates the beveler's rounded cutting edge. I'm shooting for a number 4 size beveler, so I'm going to be using a 1/8 inch or 3mm chainsaw file to cut in the edge. Start with filing the bottom of the tool at the tip and work your way back, decreasing your angle until a concave edge is created that follows the diameter of the file. Flip the tool over and do the same with the top side. Here I'm just going to do some quick prep work before heat treating the tool. First, I'll round off and shorten the ears on the tip so I don't stab myself while beveling leather. Go ahead and ask me how I know this. I'm also going to do a quick cleanup using a fine grit belt to remove any heavy grind marks so it's easier to polish later on. At last, Heat treat your tool to help it maintain the cutting edge. If you're not familiar with treating steel, then be sure to heat the tool to a bright cherry red or deep orange prior to any quenching. If you don't have a proper quenching oil, then you can use plain canola oil instead. Since the beveler will not be seeing any type of prying or impact during use, I'm not going to bother with tempering and we'll leave it at full hardness. Be sure to make yourself a handle for the beveler. I'm just going to rough out a quick piece for the video from some scrap wood I had laying around the shop. Feel free to use whatever is at your convenience. It doesn't have to be large, just needs to fit within the palm of your hand. For the final and most important step of the build, sharpen and hone your edges. I'm starting with 800 grit and finishing with 1500 grit paper. Polish the bottom flat, followed by wrapping the same file that you used in roughing in the cutting edge, and draw the beveler in a pulling motion in the same direction. This will hone a nice sharp edge. Finish up by epoxying or mounting your handle and get ready to test your new beveler. Alright, let's see if this works. I'll run a comparison against his standard number 4 beveler and the new round edge beveler that I just made. Can you see the difference? So what do you think? I hope you have the same success with this project and it gives you the chance to save some money or helps you create some of the more hard to find quality leather tooling. Don't be afraid to play around with the bevel angles or cutting edge sizes for different size cuts. Please like and subscribe and be sure to give me your thoughts in the comments below. As always, I'll see you in the next one.